How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. And as you guys have seen by the title, we will be talking about what makes my 2025 GMC Sierra AT4 build kind of the perfect daily driver build. And I would say looks wise, you know, just on your everyday commute, why this truck is the perfect build. We'll get into everything I have done to the truck so far, and in depth we'll pretty much go over everything and explain to you guys why this is the perfect build. So let's get into it. So obviously, as I said just 10 seconds ago, this is a 2025 GMC Sierra AT4, and as you guys can see, the color of this truck is so incredible in the sun. It is the sterling metallic silver paint, and it just looks so nice in the sun, especially when it's clean. But let's go over kind of the first thing we did to my AT4. All right, guys, so the first mod we're gonna go over is the tow mirrors. And they are the first thing, or the first mod that I've put on my AT4. And they are from Boost Auto Parts. We did make a video on them. As you guys can see, they are very nice looking. They do light up, and you can pretty much customize them however you want from Boost Auto. If you do come inside, you can see as we open the door, you can click on your spotlight button there, and the mirror lights will light up, and there is a nice sequence. Obviously I can't capture that and film, but these mirrors are just incredible, not just for visibility, but also for looks. And as you guys can see here, you have the two panes of glass. This one on the bottom kind of covers your lower range, your wheels, and then the upper ones functions as a normal mirror. But even if you're not towing, these mirrors are incredible for your truck and visibility. They are a little bit wider, so be careful if you are driving on narrow streets, because you will hit them on certain street signs, depending on how narrow your street is. But let's get into the next mod I have done to my AT4. All right, guys, so the next mod we are going to go over is a very simple mod, very small mod in terms of size. It's going to be the bullet antenna, a 50 cal Ronin bullet antenna, and it makes this truck look so much better than that huge antenna that they come with. And if you guys do listen to the radio, it will affect your service a little bit. I haven't found too much, although I don't listen to the radio a whole lot, but it will affect it a little bit in certain areas. But for the look of the truck, I highly recommend getting one of those. But let's move on to the next thing. So as we come to the side, you guys can see we have new wheels and tires that aren't stock on the AT4, and just recently made a video on these wheels and tires. But let's take a closer look. So as you guys come in close, you can see they are a Fast HD Trax wheel, and they are wrapped in a Firestone Destination XT tire, which you guys can see there, which look very, very nice. They are a 285/60/20 for anyone wondering the size. And the wheel offset, they are 20/10 as well for the wheels. But boy, do these wheels and tires ever transform the truck. As you guys can see from the front here, there is just enough poke, in my opinion, which makes these wheels and tires perfect. You can see there's just enough, for me at least. Obviously you could go a little wider, but you will run into some rubbing issues. Luckily, I don't really have to deal with much of that with this setup, but these wheels and tires look amazing, and I would highly recommend, if you are looking to mod your truck, wheels and tires make the biggest difference in my opinion. All right, guys, next mod we're going to go over is these Boost Auto Parts LumaStep M2 running boards. So if you guys do remember, we bought the AT4 and they were not optioned with running boards. So we had to add some of our own, And these are power running boards. So as you guys can see, if you open the door, you will have that nice Boost Auto logo, as well as you can see a nice little pad there, a non-slip pad. And you can close the door. And these running boards look seamless to the truck once they're up. So you guys can see there. Do they ever look amazing? And we do have a video on them, so if you guys do want to see more in depth, check out that video. But let's see them lit up when you unlock your vehicle. So let's hit the unlock. You guys can see there. There will be a sequence. And it's hard to see on camera maybe in the day, but you can see they are lit up, which is very nice. And at night, these are on with your headlights. So it's a very nice addition to the truck, and it kind of brings everything all together. All right, guys, so another mod that we have done on the AT4 is the Ready Lift kit. And if we come in here, you guys can see the Ready Lift kit there. And so it's basically a 2-inch lift kit. And as you guys can see from the side, the truck is a lot more level than obviously it is from factory, because usually from factory, these trucks come lower in the front, higher in the rear. But let's explain this kit a little bit. So in the rear, it's normally a 2-inch block, and now it is a 3-inch block with so it's basically just added 1 block with the Ready Lift kit in the rear. And in the front, it is just added 2 blocks to make that somewhat level. And as you guys can see there, obviously we're on a bit of a downward slope, but it's very, it's very nice compared to what comes from factory on these AT4s even. So I'm very happy with the Ready Lift kit, and it looks just amazing on the truck with the wheels and tires. So yeah, definitely would recommend the Ready Lift kit. All right, guys, the last thing I kind of want to go over is these license plate lights. So I don't know if you guys know, if you have a Sierra, you might know that from factory, the bulbs they put in for your license plate lights are not LEDs, which is very, very strange in my opinion, because this truck has LED lights literally everywhere. All the turn signals are LEDs. So for you to not put license plate lights as LEDs, just doesn't make sense for me. But let's see, I did change them to LEDs. So it's gonna be harder to see in the day, but these ones look way nicer. And you can see that they're lit up LED. So at night, everything kind of jives together and creates that amazing look for the truck. All right, guys, that will wrap up today's video on why this is the perfect build and what I've done to my AT4 to create that perfect build. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, please drop a like. Also, comment down below on what you think of the mods to the AT4 and how it looks. You can kind of look at the first video I made of the taking delivery compared to this one and see that huge transformation. But let us know in the comments down below, guys, what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.